Hello everybody and welcome back to part 4 of this polymer clay sculpting demonstration where I'm making an elephant. I'm using this elephant here as a guide to help me create my own version of just a common elephant, and this is what I got so far. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I start the basic defining. By padding it out in strategic areas, I'm making it look more like the animal I'm trying to create. Mainly all that's going on here is I got the back right here, and I padded the belly out on both sides to make it wider, and I gave it a butt, built it out a little bit, and I got the upper thighs started, and I made it to where the head is more distinguishable as from the rest of the body. I basically just padded it out and gave him a big old wrinkle where his neck would be. Doesn't seem like much, but in my mind this is how I break it down to where it's doable for me. From this point on, I don't see really much left to do. I build the 4 legs and I put the nose on, and then the ears with some minor details like the eyes, and then I'll come back and do all the lining and etching and stuff, and it should be an elephant by then. And this is a time-lapse sculpting demonstration. If you're new, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. But without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, I'll start things off by making a hiney for this elephant. Told you in the last video I was worried it was really bony looking back there, and I was going to have to do something about that. So all I did is I rolled out 2 equal balls of clay, and I flattened them somewhat and tapered the ends. This is like padding. It's like just adding padding on there, back there, making it a little thicker and kind of breaking away from that real bony structure. All it is armature, or a crude armature covered in one sheet of clay. There's no definition. So what I'm doing now is I'm adding definition to it. And right now specifically I'm making the ribs area, the sides of the elephant, wider. And I'm achieving that by just rolling out little snakes that are tapered on both ends and adding them on there. Just eyeballing it though. There's nothing really, no formula for me to follow, just adding pieces of clay, big chunks, as you can see. Wherever it looks like it needs more clay, trying to balance it out from one side to the other. This also left the mess underneath it, which I kind of correct later on. That tiny piece I just added back there was the upper part of the hip. Adding some clay to where the leg is supposed to be. This is like the thigh area I'm trying to build out. I already have that lower right part of that is the knee, and then I just put the back part of the thigh on. Now I'm just trying to fill it in using a bunch of guides. I work by guides mostly. Adding a little more to the side to try to even things out, smooth things. Same thing with the hip or thigh area. Just adding a little bit to try to clean it up. See what I got going on there. Doesn't look like much still. It's kind of like just a bunch of globby clay I'm adding on there. But I needed to, this is to, to bulk it out, to make it the definition start, the defining start. Now I'm working on the other thigh. And this is not exactly the best angle for the leg area. I keep picking it up and turning it so you can see what I'm doing. In this next video I'm going to be doing, I have the angle even lower. It's like almost level with it. You're going to see everything I'm doing with the legs, I promise. Okay, I just rolled out a tapered snake and I'm laid it on the back right here. Got it even and sitting how I like how it's sitting, so I'm just pinching it down on there, trying to leave the middle part as high as possible. Also, I'll be leaving that alone aside from rubbing it a little bit, and then I'll just be backfilling on both sides of that. What just happened there is that piece of clay I added, the big long part on this back, it was a guide, like a finished guide. I like how it looked. I like the shape. It even has an arc on it and everything because it's tapered. So since I like it, I'm just adding clay on either side of it to try to, you know, to blend it in, make it like it was supposed to be. And if you look, it already looks like a crude back to some animal, as opposed to how it looked when I started. Cleaning up the rear end back there, it's like a lot of holes and pits and stuff. I'm just adding clay and trying to smooth everything, and so I know what's going on, get an idea of what's going on with it, to see if I need more clay or not. But this is pretty much it as far as making the ribs wider. I got them pretty wide by adding the little pieces of clay, and I'm coming back and smoothing everything down to see what I got. And this is just to get it close. It could need to be a little, wider or a little thinner. But either way, if it needs to be a little wider, I'll just add more clay. But if it needs to be thinner, I'll cut it back. This is just to get it started so I can start to see the image that I'm trying to make. And basically that's what I'm doing all over this sculpture. I'm just kind of patting it out in areas where it's a little thicker than others to, just adding to it, adding the definition to the sculpture. But I turned this upside down to try to clean this up a little bit. I'm just making the thighs a lot thicker and trying to make them even. The other thing that I was going by, the guide, it was unfinished as well. So I didn't have any thing to go by. I'm not really Googling the underside of elephants. I don't really feel like doing that. So I'm just cleaning this up by adding clay. Anywhere there's like big voids, obviously trying to fill that in with some clay and just smooth it all up. And I might do a little more work down there, but I'm not really worried about it. Okay, I just rolled out a snake, and I cut it in two, and I tried to make two even pieces that were kind of tapered a little bit. And what I was trying to do here is just put it on there and squish it down on there, bring it around, and then cut it. This was another guide to tell me how big the head was going to be. And I just backfill it with some more clay on either side, wherever it might need it. This gives me the jawbone area, the cheek, the top of the head, just basically the whole head area I just created by just rolling out that snake and wrapping it around there. And when you see it upside down, when I turn it upside down, you can see the chin, the bottom part of the jaw. It looks like, an animal. So I keep backfilling it, adding clay to where it's just like seamless, like it was meant to be. And even on the back side of the neck too, just to blend it and make it flow properly. Now it's starting to look even more like an animal, like a hippo maybe. Of course, being gray clay also helps it look more like an elephant too. See, this is the other side I was telling you. I just backfilling that and evening it up. That gives you the jaw area. Of course, more will have to be done with it, but that will just continue on right on out to where the trunk is. I'll probably reposition that trunk. I'm not sure. Now I'm just pinching the head, trying to add. There's like this weird detail on top of the head. It's like a panel. So I just added another piece of clay shaped like that to try to making it thicker in that area, just building it out. in the eye sockets, those will actually be like these boxy looking things that go on there too. But I'm not worried about that. This is the padding. This is to get it started. My foundation, I guess. I keep saying foundation, but it's true. Everything's a foundation until it's done. So that was the neck wrinkle that I added. I was trying to do like a couple, wound up just doing one instead. I just added Sculpting clay softener. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video, you know, so you can see it better, and cleaning things up so I can see what's going on. It'll reveal a lot of uneven areas. Like you can see this almost like, I guess you would call that cellulite on the side. You could later rake this with another tool to kind of even it out and further define it. Adding that shine, it helps you see what's going on there. But it doesn't need to be critical, because I'm going to come back and add all my texturing afterwards. Just getting it cleaned up so you can see the final work. You probably don't need to do it this nice, because it's going to get all scratched up like I just said. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. In the next video, I'm going to be doing all 4 of the legs, and it should be an interesting camera angle for you. I'm going to be down there lower so you can see. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to hearing from y'all, guys. Sorry for taking so long to get this video out to you. Been busy, but I got a little bit of time coming up where I can focus more on this video making, and looking forward to that. So let me know what you think about this video series so far in the comments below. Please thumbs up the video. It helps me so much. And until next time, I will see you here again soon. Thank you so much for watching.